All right, good evening, everyone, and thanks so much for joining the session tonight. And apologies for starting 5 minutes late. We just want to ensure that we have more people on the line before we kickstart. All right, so I'm going to start by introducing myself, tell you a bit about the company, a bit about myself, then call on the facilitator that will take you on the journey to shed more light into the journey. And finally, we are going to open the session for any questions, answers, or enrollment details. TechnoSpark, I've done the sound check, so if you cannot hear me, please log out and log back in. I believe majority can hear me. Right. All right, let's start. Without further ado, my name is Akin Oladeji, and I happen to be the founder of Learn with Pride. Learn with Pride is an IT training organization based in the UK. And what we set out to do is to help those that want to transition from non-IT background or non-technical background into the IT space. So we run different IT trainings ranging from project management to business analysis, product management, software testing, DevOps engineer, data analysis, database engineer, database administrator, web development, just to name a few. So we run around 8 or 9 different practical training. That's what, sorry about that. So we run around 8 to 9 different practical trainings. And why we different is because we focus on what is important. And what is that thing that is important? It is you acquiring the right skills, the right knowledge, for you to be able to compete with people who has been doing it in the industry for the last 2, 3 years. So we equip you with the right skills, with the right tools. Majority will think, or maybe the first thing they need when they want to transition is for them to go and write a certification exam. No, things are changing rapidly. Gone are the days whereby you need to have so certification before you can get a job, you know. But now it's your experience that matters. How you can prove to employer, to recruiters that you know what you are doing and you can hit the ground running. Recruiters are looking for people who can hit the ground running and not looking for those who only know how to do the work by the books, you know. Because funny enough, what you read to pass that certification exam, the way it's even done in the real world is different from what you read. So when you go for interviews and you start quoting them textbook answers, they'll fish you out that, you know what, this one hasn't done it before. So we equip you, the training will cover, it's like a day in the life um, of a product manager and all of that. What you are expected to do when you secure that role, that is how we equip you. So those are the trainings that we do offer, and we've been in existence for over 4 years now. As I said earlier on, we are based in the UK, but we have students all around the world, in Nigeria, in Ghana, USA, Canada, Ukraine, UK. All our students are scattered all around the world. All right, so that is that about the company. About myself, I transitioned as well. My background was in accounting. I've got masters in accounting as well, but I've never worked a day as an accountant. Instead, I was doing all sorts of jobs before, that moment came that, it requires me to transition. And what I stumbled upon back then was software automation engineer. So meaning coming from a non-technical background, I transitioned into a very, very technical background that I need to start coding. I need to write scripts in a programming language like C# for me to automate a website, application, and so on and so forth. And that is why I know and I believe that with dedication, with commitment, anybody, regardless of your background, regardless of what you've been doing for the last 10, 15 years, it doesn't matter. Whether you studied agric in school or you've been working as a customer service officer for the last 10, 15 years, it doesn't matter. What you need on this journey is your determination. You know, when you are ready to do the job, when you are ready to get your hands dirty, with commitment, dedication, and the right support that we are going to give you, the sky is just the beginning. Right. So that is what we do, and that is a bit about myself. So if I can transition from a non-IT background into a very technical background, then anyone, with passion, with dedication, can as well do that as well. As I said earlier on, with the right support and mentorship, you can all achieve, or we can all achieve our aim. Right. So that is that about myself. The company, over the last 4 or 5 years that we've been in existence, over 20,000 students, has passed through this academy, which I'm going to be showing you the stats as we go ahead, as we go on in the session. But why the rush to tech? Why are people transitioning? Those days back then, you see people moving to oil and gas because that is where they believe the money is. But no longer oil and gas now. Even the people in oil and gas, they want to move to tech because that is where the future is. That is where the money is. That is where the future is. That is where you can get the flexibility. Why are people moving? Why are people transitioning? It's because, tech happens to be the only maybe sector that can give you that flexibility that you want in a job, that can give you work family balance as well, and also it's tech that you can get a remote job, that you can work from the comfort of your home. And that is what I'm sure majority on this call, that is what they want. You want to be able to work at the comfort of your home. You want to be able to take your kids to school in the morning. You want to be able to go in the afternoon for your car to be fixed. Not that you are not working. You are working, but you are working smart. Many of us are working hard. Working smart doesn't mean you are not working hard, but you are working smart, and you are getting paid for working smart. A good example of working smart is, as a nurse, as a doctor, until you are off work, you can't go for any appointment. Let's say you want to go and fix your car. But as an IT personnel, maybe you're working as a product manager and you've checked your schedule, you can see that, oh, it's all meetings that you're having for the next 4 hours. It's from one meeting to another meeting. You can have your meeting while driving or on your mobile. You can attend to your meetings, on your mobile, and you're doing other things at the same time. I know of people doing 2, 3 jobs together, and part of working smart is they never work beyond 5 p.m. Why? Because they know how to manage their job. It's from one meeting to another meeting, and once you know your onions, once you know what you are doing, it will be easy for you to manage your job, and it will be easy for you to work smart as well. Another reason why people are really moving or transitioning now is, since after COVID, actually is one of the good things that COVID brought our way, is that it doesn't matter your location, whether you live in Nigeria, you live in Ghana, you live in Cameroon, you can, after you acquire the right skills and knowledge, right, you can apply for jobs outside your country. You can apply for remote jobs outside your country, meaning you can be in Nigeria and you can be working for a company in Malta. You can be working for a company in Canada. You can be working for a company in Ireland. That is possible. It is doable and it is possible. Why is it possible? Because most of these organizations in the developed countries now realize that they can give more value for money if they look outside their own country. How do I mean? Most companies want to save. They are looking for one way or the other to save. A company in the US put out a rule for, let's say, product manager for $600 a day, a contract role. But they are looking for ways to save that cost. They don't want to spend $600 on one person per day. So they know if they look beyond their own shores, maybe they look into Asia or Africa, they can get as in a qualified candidate as well, and they won't be spending that much, right? So they reach out to personnel in Africa or Asia instead of $600 a day. Maybe they reach out to you, you are in Nigeria, they are willing to offer you $150 a day. I'm talking about per day, not per month. You getting $150 a day in Nigeria as it is with the current exchange rate, I'm sure it's over 200,000 naira per day. 200,000 naira per day times 20 days. That is a lot of money, which I can't even calculate with my head. So it's a win-win for both parties. The companies are saving cost, and also you are getting, way more than you can get, if you are to get a job, within your own country as well. So it's a win-win for everyone. That is why this is the right time. This is the best time, the most suitable time for anyone considering to transition for them to do so. It is only in tech that you don't have to go back to uni for another 2-3 years to go and study product management, or to go and study project management, or to go and study business analysis. No, you don't have to, and that is why we have this type of masterclass that will guide you on what to do, when you finally secure that role, because the books will not tell you how the job is done. The books will not tell you the tools that is needed for you to do your job. No, the books will not tell you that. And recruiters or employers now are not looking for people who only know by the book. No, they are looking for people who can hit the ground running. And that is what the process we have in place will take you through. So yeah, that's the reason, that's the reason, or that's the rush, or that's the reason behind the rush to tech at the moment. So I have a few slides to share, and not to waste too much of your time, let's go in there. All right, so I'm going to be using UK as a point of reference. Right. The average salary, Anya, you say I'm on point. Yeah, because I'm trying to speak from experience as well. Before I transitioned, me too, I thought the same way that, what, let me go and do all these certifications. Maybe that will give me an edge for me to get a job out there. So I started doing them, Prince 2, business analysis, software testing. I started doing all sorts, thinking me having that paper. Bear in mind, it's just a paper. Me having that paper will give me the opportunity to secure a job, despite the fact that I haven't done it before. Some people will even come to me, they'll tell me that I'm a Scrum Master, but I don't have job. I've been searching for job, but nothing is coming my way. I say, you are a Scrum Master, really? Where have you worked before? They say, no, I just passed my certification last week. You passing a certification doesn't make you a Scrum Master. You must have done the job, right, before you can call yourself a Scrum Master or a product manager. But you telling me because you have passed a certification that now qualifies you to become a Scrum Master, no, that is a lie from the pit of hell. So, despite all the certificate that I had back then, I couldn't get a job. I couldn't. Nobody wants to employ me. Why? Because I don't have the experience. I don't have the know-how. I don't have the skill. The only thing I know is, yes, I passed the certification exam. That is all I have. But they are looking for people who can hit the ground running. And unfortunately, I wasn't that guy until, I stumbled on a similar course back then, like a master class that will equip me on what, to expect in the real world. That is when I was able to, finally transition to what I was doing back then. So up until the moment I stopped working 9 to 5, no company, and trust me, I've worked with different organizations, different sectors, from consultancy to health to banking to education. I've worked with most sectors. No one has ever asked me to tender my certificate. That, where's your certificate? You two think about it. When you know your stuff, when you can flow well, when you can convince employer or recruiters, why would they be asking for a certificate? But don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's not good, but it doesn't come first any longer. It's not the first thing to acquire now. It now comes second. I know so many people working now and they don't even have a certificate. Working as a business analyst or working as a scrum master, they don't even have a certificate. Maybe they are just thinking of maybe they should go and register now for it. Right. All right. So using UK as a point of reference, right. Looking at permanent role, the average salary that you can get start from maybe 50,000, 55,000, 60,000. And if you are considering a contract role, let's say a £400 contract or a £350 contract, you getting £400, that will be £8,000 a month. That is a lot of money. And I can, trust me, those doing those jobs, they don't know more than you. By the time you are done with our training, they don't know more than you. But again, many people will ask, how can you quantify a 5-month program or a 3-month program with someone who has been doing it for the last 2 years or 3 years? It is not a magic, right? That is why I tell everyone that enroll with us that your input is going to equal to your output at the end of the day. There's no magic anywhere. What you see is what you get. So what do I mean by that? If you commit yourself into the process, if you dedicate certain hours into that process every single day, you'll be surprised the level you find yourself at the end of the program. There is no miracle coming from anywhere. It's going to be your handwork. But we are all there to give you, to support you, to equip you with the right skills and knowledge. But you need to go above and beyond what has been covered in class. You need to be ready to get your hands dirty on the journey. And when you're on the project, you must not take a back seat, because you only learn when you make a mistake. And if you are not putting yourself forward to do the job, you cannot make a mistake. Thereby, you won't make any mistake. Thereby, no learning is taking place. But for those who are ready to commit their time every single day, that means you need to sacrifice something to get something. If you are the type that likes watching Nollywood every single day, that has to stop for the next 5 months. Why? Because you have a target for yourself and you want to ensure that you meet that target. So it is possible, it is doable, but we need to do the job. We need to, we need to get our hands dirty. So that is that about the pay. Again, I've touched on this as well. You can work remotely from anywhere in the world. It doesn't matter your location. All that is required for you to have is for you to have the right skills, the right knowledge, as in the know-how, for you to be able to compete with those who has been doing it out there for the last 2-3 years. And also is in demand. If it's not in demand, you won't see people doing 2 jobs. It's because there is not enough people doing the job. All right. So what is the training roadmap? If you are to come on the journey, what is the structure? How does it look like? Let's take a look quickly. So the practical training is for 4 months. And the good thing about Learn with Pride is in any of our courses that you enroll to, you are going to be getting more than the value of the money you paid. What do I mean? Take, for example, this particular program for product management. You won't only be trained on product management. You'll be trained on project management. You'll be trained on product management. You'll be trained on UI UX, and you'll be exposed to Scrum as well. That is why it's a 4 months compared to other ones that you see out there that they'll tell you 1 month, 2 weeks, and all of that. We believe in impacting you with enough knowledge so that by the time you graduate, by the time you start applying for a job, you have a wealth of knowledge that you can use to compete. So anyone who enrolled on this journey, you are actually getting 4 trainings just for the price of 1. Project management, product management, UI UX, and Scrum. You can never get those packages anywhere else. You can never get it. So that is the training structure, and you'll be introduced to industry standard tools as well, because it is important. These are the things that will set you apart when you start applying for jobs. You know, you have to be exposed to tools. That is why we are not going by the book, because the book will not tell you the tools. They won't teach you on the tools. They won't teach you on the practicality, how to work with a team. No, they won't teach you that. Right. So that's the training bit. After the training, then you'll be involved on a live project. Right. Live project that you'll be working as part of a full Scrum team. In your team, there will be developer, there will be Scrum Master, product owner, business analyst, testers, and all of you guys are working together to deliver a solution for a client. Remember, I did not say capstone project. It is not a made-to-believe project. No, it is a live project that will expose you to what you need to know beyond the classroom level, beyond the practical training. You know, we'll introduce you to agile way of working and other things that you learn on that journey as well. That is for another 2 months. Right. So making everything a total of 6 months. But you don't need to. After your practical training, as I said, it's a practical training. And during your practical trainings, you'll be getting different tasks. You'll be getting different mini projects that you have to submit as well. So meaning, by the time you are done with the practical training, you can actually start testing the water from then. You don't need to wait till the end of the program before you start testing the water. Because by then, if you do what we ask you to do, you've already covered 60 to 70% of the journey. If you actually commit yourself, your sweat, energy, everything into that process, you know, by the time you are done with the practical training, like 60, 70% has already been covered, and the remaining, you'll get it on the live project. Right. So that is that. The next one is as equally as important as the training itself and the project. And what is that? That is the optimization of your brand. What do I mean? You need to be visible. You need to be seen out there for you to start getting calls, for recruiters to start reaching out, you know, for you to start getting interviews. But if you are not, then that is where the problem is, because you think that now I know how to do all these roles, but I'm not getting the calls. Why am I not getting the calls? You are not getting the calls because you are not visible in the market. You are not getting the calls because no one can see you. That is why it is very, very important, especially for those who are applying for international roles, for you to be able to revamp your CV to international standards. And also your LinkedIn as well needs to be optimized. You know, if these tools are done right, then you'll be shocked and surprised with the amount of calls you start getting. Oh, we saw your profile on LinkedIn. Are you free for a quick chat? You know, we saw your CV on so website. Are you available for a quick call? And you can be rest assured when that is happening, you know, interview is near the corner as well. By the time recruiters started reaching out to you, surely they will start putting you forward for such roles. And from there, you start getting interviews. That is the most important, for you to start getting interviews. Even if you are not getting the role, but at least you are getting the interviews, because sooner rather than later, you surely land that role. So while on interview preparation, let me just make mention about other benefits that is attached to joining Learn with Pride or enrolling on any of our courses. The first one is the practical training. You get the practical training, which is for 4 months. The next one, the second one, is you'll be able to work on a live project with real people for another 2 months. The third one is you get the mentorship. Number 4 is you get the support from us. Number 5 is you get interview preparation from us, because we don't only want you to pass through the training. We want to ensure that we do everything within our power to help you, to support you, so that you can land that role. Your success at the end of the day is also our success, because if you are able to land a role, someone will ask you, how did you do it? You know, and you'll be able to say that, oh, I did my training with Learn with Pride. That is what we are after, you know. And also, so that is interview preparation will be covered. Also, all our courses are CPD accredited, meaning they meet the professional standard, and the certificate that you get at the end of the program is recognized in over 60 countries. So you'll be getting a certificate coming from CPD standards, and you'll be getting our own certificate as well. So meaning you'll be getting 2 different certificates. And the CPD standards one is recognized in over 60 countries, as I said. And finally, we give you a work reference for the duration that you are with us. Remember, you'll be working on our project. So when you start applying for jobs, you know, we'll be more than happy to give you a reference, you know, that you have worked with us before. Those are the benefits, or some of the benefits, that you enjoy on the journey. Another key one is, like the boxers, they need people at their corner when they are fighting, like their coaches, trainers, and all of that. They need those people. Same thing, you can't be a one-man island when it comes to you transitioning. No, you need people who have done it before. You need to network with different people. You need a community you can leverage on. And that is what we have as well, and part of what we create as well. So we have the community that you can join even after your program, or while your program is even going on. The community consists of those who have done it before, those who are currently working in that field, and those who just maybe finishing their program. Because when you finally land this role and you are stuck, maybe you try to reach out to your facilitator, but she's busy, you know, that means you are stuck, because you only rely on your facilitator. But if you have such community, you can easily type it there. Oh, I'm stuck. I needed to do this. I needed to do that. Has anyone done it before? And you surely see someone on that group that will respond to you that, yes, this is how to do it. Or can we connect on Zoom? That is what you want. That is the community you want. You know, especially that you are newly transitioning, you need such support. You need to leverage on such community, you know, for you to be able to excel at your job. So that is that. Quickly, let's see the start of the company. I talked about this earlier on. Since around 2020 till date, over 20,000 students has enrolled on this journey. This is a start for last year, half of last year, just to show the number of enrollment we had half of last year, so to say. And the last one is just to show the percentage of our students that are currently working, 85%, 50% in the public sector, 35% in private, and 15% are job ready. These are all the people that you're going to find on the community that I was talking about earlier on as well. And there are lots of benefits to that community as well. Like twice every month, there's a session, a separate session that focus on how people are doing in the market space, meaning the interviews, how it's going, what are you not doing right, are you getting calls? Are you not getting calls? Is it your CV that needs to be worked on? Bringing ex-students who have secured the jobs to come and give testimonies, learning new tools. There are loads of benefits. And so we run that sessions twice every month as well, which is separate from your classroom lectures. Right. All right. Enough of my talk. Let's move on. So I've got this job post online. The first one is a product manager, paying up to £120,000 a year, right? That is a lot of money, but trust me, people getting it, 6 figures, people getting it, they don't have two heads. If they can do it, if I can do it, anybody with a great determination can do it as well. Trust me with that. The second one is the contract rule, paying between £450 and £500 a day. When you get, let's just say £500 a day, £500 a day, that is £10,000 a month, roughly. And let's say the contract is for 6 months, that is still a lot of money, because even in the UK, the average salary of majority, I can say 60% in the UK, is between £18,000 and £35,000. And you, after 5-month course, you can get a £50,000 role. You can get a £55,000 role. That means you are even outside the bracket of those, of those 60%. It is possible, it is doable, and it is achievable, but only for those who are ready to do the job. The road might not be easy, but as long as you have the determination to say, you know what, come rain, come shine, come any difficulties, I'm going to ensure that I pass through this journey, not only pass through this journey, at the end of the journey, I'm going to ensure that, if no one is getting job, me, I will do this training and I will get a job. It's like running a race. Usain Bolt, whenever he's running the race, he doesn't care about who is beside him, whether left or right. He's focused on his own race. And the determination is, you know what, when the whistle sounds, I'm going to ensure that I came first at the other end. So it is by taking the bold step, um, because you never know what is waiting for you after the tunnel. You need to go through the tunnel. You going through the tunnel is, acquiring the right skills and knowledge so that by the time you are out of the tunnel, you too, you can start compete with people who has been doing it out there for many years. All right. Before I call on Michelle to give his own talk, if you want to enroll, so the next cohort will be starting on the 27th of March. That is when the next cohort will be starting. We have 14 slots for that cohort that will be starting on the 27th. For the 6-month program, 4 months for the practical training, 2 months for the project, the actual cost is $799. But because we are nearing the festive period, which is the Easter, and we are not going to hold another session of product management before the Easter period, so we are giving away a very massive discount, for anyone who can see the benefits in the course and who wants to enroll. For that reason, if anyone wants to enroll, as I said, before the 27th of this month, right? That is, if we still have a slot, those 14 slots are still available, you can get 40% discount. That means there's no time limit. There's no time limit of when you need to enroll. The only but there is, if we've run out of space, right? But you can get 40% and you can start with half payment and the other half can be paid within 6 to 8 weeks. So that is the 40%. There's no time restriction that, you can still enroll on the 25th, provided we still have a space, right? But for anyone that wants to enroll between now and the 19th of March, that is a week, between now and the 19th of March, you can get 50% discount. Again, you can start with half payment and the other half can be paid within 6 to 8 weeks. Those are for anyone that wants to enroll between now and the 19th of March. Between now and 1 week's time, you can get 50% discount for anyone that wants to do that. And the final one is for anyone that wants to enroll between now and tomorrow night, 24 hours. This is a 24 hours offer. And for the 24 hours offer, you can get 60% discount. But the 60% discount, after 60% discount, you need to pay once. That is the only condition. So if you want to enroll between now and tomorrow evening or tomorrow night, you can get up to 60% discount. So meaning, if you are getting the 40% discount, that means after discount, you'll be paying £480. You can start with half payment and the other half can be paid within 6 to 8 weeks. If you are getting 50% discount, the cost after the discount is £399. You can start with half payment and the other half can be paid within 6 to 8 weeks. Right. But the 50% discount needs to be on or before the 19th of this month. Then the final one is the 60% discount, which only valid for 24 hours. After discount is £320, but it is only payable once. Just one-time payment for that one if you want to take advantage of the 60% discount. For the Nigeria audience, the actual cost is 600,000 naira. And the same thing applies. If you want 40% discount is an open ticket. You can register on the 25th, but you might not guarantee a space, right? But the 40% discount has no time restriction, right? The 50% discount, so after 40% discount, you'll be looking at 360,000 naira if you are taking advantage of the 40% discount. But for the 50% discount, you'll be looking at 300,000 naira. Again, you can start with half payment and the other half can be paid within 6 to 8 weeks after you've started. And the final one, which is a 60% discount, which is only for 24 hours, is after discount, you are looking to pay 240,000 naira, but that is only a one-time payment if you are taking advantage of 60% discount. So that is the offer we have for the Easter. And for those who see benefits in this 4-in-1 training, as I said earlier on, hardly would you see anywhere else offering the same thing that we are offering. We are combining 4 different trainings for the price of one. Only people that knows the benefits, the value, that will cherish it. Right. So the actual course starts on the 27th of March. And as I said, as it is now, we only have 14 slots available for that cohort. If you are interested, if you want to secure your spot, you want to enroll so that you are one of these 14 people that will be starting, the WhatsApp number on your screen will be the best number for you to message for enrollment or for any question that you may ask, that you may have. I'll be more than happy to answer all questions if you message the number on your screen right now, the WhatsApp number. That is the best number to contact. All right, so you can take a screenshot of the number or you can save it on your phone, but that will be the best number for you to contact to reach me on. All right, so for now, I'm going to be pausing and I'm going to be inviting Michelle, who is going to be the facilitator that will take you on the journey if you are to enroll with Learn with Pride. So for now, thank you everyone for listening to me. I'll be back shortly. So for now, over to you, Michelle. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.
Hi, Aki. Thank you so much for letting me have this opportunity to talk. Um, sorry, I'm trying to share my screen. Okay, so good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
If you can hear me, please drop one.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right.
Are you sharing yet? No, right?
I'm trying to share. Sorry.
All right. Okay, 1 second. All right, 1 second. All right, you can try to share now.
Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, perfect. So I will start now. Thank you so much for joining. My names are Inkiroka Michelle, and I am the facilitator for the product and project management experience or at Learn with Pride. So a bit of insights into what product and project management is and what our course is. I'll sort of run through that, but before we get to that, a bit about who I am and a bit about what I do currently. So you know that I'm actually someone that has been in the field. So as I said, my names are Nkirika Achapu Michelle. I am a practicing product and project manager with over 4 years of experience within the tech space. So I have been opportunity to work in the e-commerce field, in the education field, in IT services, in software as a service, and so many other cool and fun tech ideas that you use today. In my experience within my portfolio, I have been integral to the successful launch of 5 new products in the EdTech space, in the SEAS space, and in the e-commerce space. And I've also helped with the maintenance slash, when I mean maintenance, keeping these apps that you use, I've helped in the maintenance of these apps, as well as the iterations, that's updates that were made within this app. So it was my duty to come up with these iterations that helped your experience go better. I have a degree in banking and finance from the University of Benin, Edo State. So I actually went to Uniben and I read banking and finance. But after my youth service corps, I always had this passion for like technology, even while I was doing banking and finance. So I decided to take that chance to divert. And I was lucky enough to get a job within an ed tech called Prep Class Nigeria. And I sort of built myself from there. So fun fact, as I said, although I started my career in banking, or although I read banking, my career started in client relationship management. And it was through client relationship management, I see that there was an opening within the tech field, which is product management. And I threw my hat in, and I've been there ever since. I have also gotten actual training in product management from Audacity. I got training from Udemy. I got trainings from entry level and a bunch of other cohorts here and there. I just wrapped up a cybersecurity training where I got my ISC certification, my ISACA certification, and a bunch of other key cybersecurity certification within the last year. Currently, I am the group product manager for CareMoney, and I work part-time for an event planning platform called My Events Pod. This was a product I started, and then When it got time to repeal my duties, I went into a part-time role, but I'm still part of the growth of that product. So now that we know who I am as a facilitator, what is project management? So I'm sure we've heard about project management before, but simply put, project management is the use of specific knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to deliver something of value to people. So basically, you see this image here where someone has a hand on coffee, a hand on a tree, a hand in a graph, a hand on a laptop, writing, mouse, all these parts moving around. Project management is really basically taking your know-how, the skills you have, tools that have been given to you, and current project management techniques to, at the end of a particular period, deliver something that people can use. An expert that is charged with planning, coordinating, and carrying out projects while sticking to deadlines and budgets given to them is the project manager. So when you say you're a project manager, you plan, you coordinate, and you carry out projects from ideation to launch while sticking to specific guidelines and deadlines that have been given to you by key parties within your company and budgets that have also been provided to you. Now, project managers oversee all groups of workers, they establish objectives, they interact with stakeholders, and they see a project from initiation to completion. The project manager has the ultimate responsibility for the success or failure of any project. So if it fails, it's your fault, and if it does well, it's your fault. So your job doesn't necessarily stop once you have, say, maybe completed the work. You're also supposed to ensure that the work meets all the parameters that were given to you at the start of the project. And that's why you see there are project managers in not just tech fields, but you have them in your everyday fields, within the health sector, within the banking sector, within the construction sector. No matter the industry you find yourself in, there's always a position for a project manager. Because in the end, it doesn't need to be something online that you've developed. It can also be something physical that people can touch and hold. It can be good. As far as at the end of the thing, the budget that was given to you, the timeline that was given to you, you adhered to it, you stuck to it, and you delivered. You've done well as a project manager. If you fail, then it also goes against you as a project manager. It counts against you as a project manager. So it can be from designing a computer system to building a new product, to marketing a campaign, or even building a structure. As a project manager, you are in charge of all these facets. Now, what's the difference between this and a product manager? But before we even delve into the differences, what is a product manager? What's product management? Now, product management is the business process of planning, developing, launching, and managing a product or service. Now, you see, there are sort of a lot of similarities when you talk about, project manager and product manager. But as I said, after explaining this, I'll delve into the differences so we sort of understand what are little things here and there that make these two roles separate, and how can I as someone take on these two roles? Because again, you can also note that there are similarities between both parties. The same way in project management, you get to monitor staff and ensure that tasks are delivered within a certain timeline. It's sort of the same thing you do in product management. So you're not just planning, you're developing, you're launching, you're managing. And also after launch, you don't just drop your products. You continue to work on it to make it better. So add new things to make it better. You'll see a lot of product management more within the line of tech and less within the line of maybe other fields. So some will say product manager was sort of bettered for tech, because a project manager's duty is probably done once the project is done and it has hit its rightful quotas. A product manager, if you gave yourself a certain goal to hit and you hit that goal, you don't just drop the project, you continue. So I have hit this goal. I need to give myself new goals. I need to give myself new quotas. I need to put new things to make it better. You're always revamping and rebuilding on an idea that you started or created or was even given to you as a suggestion. The person who takes on this duty is called a product manager. Now, a product manager is someone that goes out and recognizes a customer need. But they are not just, because again, human needs are insatiable. They are not just recognizing the needs. They are finding a solution to match those needs and ensure that these solutions are tied to the business that they have been employed by, their objectives. If I work in a company and the company's objective is a shopping platform where people can buy things easily, and I'm going about creating a product that's real estate my company's objectives. So a shopping platform where people can shop for things is the company's objectives. What I should be building is a shopping platform. Okay, so that is how you mobilize team resources and you ensure that what you build matches the company's larger business objective. So as a product manager, you mobilize the team resources, you transform your concept into a practical solution, and then clients can then use what you have created to fulfill their needs. But first and foremostly, it's your duty to find these needs. Okay? Got it. So now what's the difference between both parts? A product manager does research. A project manager comes in when research has already been done. What they are giving is an initiative, and the project manager breaks down these initiatives into smaller achievable tasks. A product manager, because you are researching, you're sort of like the CEO, you're finding a solution and you're fine-tuning, you're finding a need and you're fine-tuning a solution to match that need. So it sort of falls on you to set what we call the product vision. However, in the project manager's hand, product vision is not your concern. Now that you have the initiative that needs to be done, all you do is you break it down into tasks, and then you plan timelines for these tasks. So the third one is you communicate vision to stakeholders. So now you've created your vision, you've researched, you've found the solution, it matches the business objectives, you've created a product vision, and now you're ready to tell stakeholders this thing and create buy-in for the stakeholders. So this action of, you're not just finding a solution, but you have to also convince the purse strings to give you money to go ahead to do this, your idea. On the other hand, the project manager gets allocated resources. They don't need to do any maybe deep negotiation with key parties. All you will do is they'll tell you, we have this initiative. Please go and sit down and plan and tell us how long it will take you and how much you would need. So you as the project manager will go, plan it, set the money, come back and tell them. And then they will relocate resources to you. And then when they relocate the resources to you, it now falls on you to put the resources in the right place. The fourth difference is the product manager develops a strategic plan. So not only do you think about your solution when you found a need, you're not thinking about your solution as, okay, I'm creating the solution, that's all. You're thinking of your solution as, I'm creating the solution, but how do I get people to use this thing I'm creating? That's your strategic plan. Trying to get people to see what you have created, like what you have created, and use what you have created. A project manager is just basically, I have the resources, I have the timeline, I have the task breakdown. Now I need to just monitor and track tasks to ensure that they are completed when they are supposed to be completed. The fifth difference is that a product manager will create and maintain the product roadmap. Now, a product roadmap is the same way you have a road that takes you from point A to point B. In product creations, we have what we call a thing that takes us from point A to point B. It is the product manager that does the planning of the driving from point A, which is your idea, to your design, to your development, to your launch. That roadmap, it's the duty of the product manager to create it. And this roadmap has a lot of diverting parts because you're going to be working with different teams. So the roadmap of when these different teams will come in, how they would work, the work they would do, it's the product manager that plans it. The project manager, on the other hand, has their timeline that has been approved by all parties. has the resources that have been approved by all parties, and just monitors, as I said, and tracks task completion. And when the tasks are completed as when they are supposed to be completed, the next thing you do is you tell the stakeholders that gave you the initiative that, okay, as at this time, this is what we've done. This is where we are. So you give them updates. We're not saying in product management, you won't give stakeholders updates. But in product management, your updates are not coming from the point of, this is what you gave me, so this is what I'm doing. Your updates are coming from the point of, this is my idea, and this is where we are. It comes from the point of the creator and not staff. The final difference is the product manager oversees and drives development. So whatever happens in development, how development goes, what languages are used, what coding languages are used, what tools are used, what teammates are brought on board, all these decisions are made by the product manager. And a project manager just tries to ensure that a task that was given to me is completed within a particular time frame. All right? So now we sort of understand what is project and what is product management. Let's talk about the salaries that we would be available to within taking the role of, say, a project manager or a product manager. I used dollars. I used a research of the average of dollars. And then for your entry-level role, you have 4 roles that you can easily take on as a project manager. You can either be a coordinator, a project coordinator, an assistant project manager, an associate project manager, or a junior project manager. These are just different ways of calling yourself introductory into this field. And your pay usually ranges from about $50,000 to about $65,000 for an entry role, $65,000 being within a year. So you are able to calculate how much that will be every month. Of course, this is your gross, so you know what happens upon taxation and everything. But still, this is a good pay for entry level. And usually entry level is about 0 years to 1 to 2 years, where you're just starting off. Now, at the 2 years to say 5, 7 years marker, you are considered a mid-level project manager. And at this point, you can take on roles like, well, project management. You can also apply for IT project management, technical project management, construction project management, healthcare, basically project management in whatever field you find yourself. So you can take on these roles, and these different roles have different pays, but usually they range from about $80,000 a year to about $110,000 a year, give or take, depending on the industry you find yourself in when you join. With that, you're able to calculate how much that takeaway is at the end of every month. Now, after your 3 years to about 7 years being a mid-level project manager, when you are a senior project manager, the average pay for senior project managers, that's the 8 years to say your 10 to 12 years of experience, is about $120,000 to maybe $150,000. And usually there's this lapse between senior project management and directors of project management. It really just depends on how you perform within your field and the kind of projects you've been able to tackle into your CV. So if your portfolio has a lot, you can go for roles as either a senior project manager or even the director of project management within a particular company. And you are open to pays, as I said, between $100,000 and $19,000 from here to about $150,000. The last one is your VP of operations, your COO. You've heard of COOs before. So that's the Chief Operating Officer, the Vice President of Operations. That's why you see project management, as I said, it can be in any field and be a project manager, because within this field, you can use it as a stepping stone when you are at about your 15 years experience marker for the position of COO and VP of operations. And that usually ranges from about $140,000 salary to about $200,000 salary, depending on the company you find yourself in. Okay? Now, On product management, there are give or take 4 ladders you usually take when it comes to growth within product management. The first is your associate product manager role. Now, because this is tech, you all know when you hear tech, you hear catching, you hear money. So because it is tech, your associate product manager role on an average earns about $80,000, which is of course higher than your project management pay. 2 to 5 years, you're no longer considered entry level, you're now considered mid-level. So 2 to 5 years in product management, you start earning about $112,000 a year. So you see, as opposed to project management, there is a bit more money added. And this is one, because it is within the tech field, and 2, because of the caliber of work you're doing. Here, you're not working as a staff. Your brain is being used. A lot of your brain is being used. And because a lot of your brain and your ability to think on your foot is being used, they pay more. 5 to 7 years, senior product manager, that's now as a senior role, you earn about $146,000 a year. Product leaders, that's your 7 to 10 years of experience, $170,000 a year. Director of product management, 10 years and above, you're earning about $175,000 and above. I have seen director of product management that earn about 300 and something thousand every year, depending again on the company you find yourself. Now, product management, there's so much that goes into product management, and there are so many tentacles within it. So you can actually specialize. By the time you're done going through the full experience, you actually have the option to specialize. So you can either specialize in product design. That means being someone that goes beyond just thinking of the idea, but also designing it using the design tools of Figma and Adobe. You can also take on the role of Scrum Master. You can take on the role of product owner, UX researcher. Now, UX researchers are the people that do the validating of the ideas. Whenever a product manager has an idea, you don't just jump into creation. You go through what we call a validation process. Now, the process of validating is done by a UX researcher, because the validating of the idea is UX research. Simply put, UX is user experience. So the person that is charged with researching and finding out how users experience your platform and what feedback they have about your platform is the UX researcher. Now, you also have your UI UX designer, which is a function of product designer. But now, the difference between both is product designer ideates, product designer designs. UX and UI UX designer does not need to ideate. They are given the information, they are given the guidelines, and they just go and they design. You can also be a product specialist. That's someone that is, if they tap you in your sleep, you know everything about this product. You can be a technical writer. Whenever you want to download something, even in your tools, your physical tools that you have, your appliances, there's something called a manual, a user manual. The person that writes that user manual is your technical writer. So you can specialize into technical writing. You can take on product marketing manager roles, growth product marketing manager roles, which are all functions of marketing, and product analytics manager, SEO manager roles. So as I said, because the whole program, the whole process of learning product management, there's a lot of tentacles. You can actually pick areas you're fascinated about and focus on them and build on that bit. Okay? So what to expect within this course? As Akin previously said, this is a 4-section course. It has been broken into 4 sections: your project management, your product management, your UI UX and Scrum experience, and then the launching of a product, what you do before you launch, what you do after you launch. That is what makes up these 4 sections of this course. And it's about 12 sessions every month, and you have 2 hours per class. So the 2 hours, as Akin mentioned, you get the opportunity to submit your assignments, get feedback on your assignments, present. So you build on your presentation skills, you build on your ability to create key documents that makes you stand out as a product manager. You also get to access some cool tools like Figma, your Jira, your Trello, Excel, presentation, Plot.io, and Google Docs. These are all documents that play a role when it comes to being a project and product manager. I will walk you through the use of these tools so you can take charge in this role. So as Akin said, it's a very hands-on experience. There are assignments and you get to build, come back. I'm also available whenever you need a talk, if you have questions, and I also never mind going back to review topics that have been talked about, just so everyone is at the same pace when it comes to learning. Okay, so I have finished my presentation. I don't know if you have any questions for me at this time.
Yeah, thanks, Michelle. Please, if you do have any question, this is the time you can start raising your hand and we'll be calling you one after the other. Or you can as well drop your questions on the chat as well. 1
I
second.
see Onyoma's hand is up.
Yes, just before I start calling, 1 second. I just quickly want to, for the benefit of those who are just joining, right? I quickly want to run through the start date. So the next cohort will be starting on the 27th of March, right? That is when the next cohort will be starting. The classes runs 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. UK time. But I believe UK is changing, the time is changing, I believe, at the end of this month. The moment we change the time, then it will become 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. UK time. That will be maybe from the end of the month or April, so to say. So it runs 3 times a week. All sessions are recorded. And also, if you miss any class, you can catch up because you'll be onboarded on our LMS platform where you can log in and catch up with any recordings on your own dashboard. The price for this 6-month program, the 6 months is divided into 4 months of practical training and 2 months of working on a live project, making 6 months. The price for the 6-month journey, just because of the Easter around the corner, so we are doing like Easter bonanza, so to say, the actual cost is £799. You can get 40% discount if you are enrolling on or before the 25th of March. You can get 40% discount. So meaning after 40% discount, the price will be £479. This you can pay twice. You can start with half payments and the other half can be paid within 6 to 8 weeks. The other discount is 50% discount, and that is where if you are enrolling on or before the 19th of March, right, you can get 50% discount. After 50% discount, you'll be looking at £399. Again, half payment is required to start, and the other half can be paid within 6 to 8 weeks. Then the final discount is a 60% discount, which only valid for 24 hours. So from now till the end of tomorrow, you can get 60% discount. The cost after the 60% discount will be £320, but this is only payable once. You can only pay this once, not a 2-time payment. And there's no hidden cost anywhere. What you see is what you get. So whatever you pay that is it for the duration of the program. All right. Any question from anyone? In pounds, so the cost I just mentioned, Mensa, it's in pounds. Yeah, those figures are in pounds. All right, any question from anyone? Again, you can message the number on your screen. If you have any questions, enrollment details, you want to reserve your seat, you want to take advantage of any of the offers, the number on your screen will be the best number to call. In Naira, the actual cost is 600,000 Naira. After 40% is 360,000 Naira. 50% is 300,000 Naira. And if you want to take advantage of the 24 hours offer, 60%, that will be 240,000 Naira. Only payable once. Olayinka Esther, is that in pounds? So in pounds, the actual cost is 799. 40% discount will give you 480. This you can enroll on before the 25th of March. The 50% is 390. After 50% is 399. You can enroll on or before the 19th of March. For these two, you can start with half payment, and the other half can be paid within 6 to 8 weeks after you've started. Then the final one is the 60%, which will give you 320 pounds. But this is only payable once, and this is only valid for 24 hours for anyone that wants to take advantage of that. For enrollment, for you to reserve your seat, the best number to contact is the WhatsApp number on your screen right now. I said we have 14 slots at the beginning of this cohort, at the beginning of this session. Now we have 13 slots remaining now, as it is now. We have 13 slots remaining as it is now. So if you want to take advantage of this, as I said, you can never get the offer anywhere else. And the value, the quality of the service, the quality of the training that you are getting, it's like you are investing into the future, because what the price you're paying for the cost that you are investing in yourself might turn out to be what you start getting on a daily basis, you know. So what are you waiting for? We are ready to take you on the journey. We are ready to walk the walk with you. The question is, are you ready? So any question from anyone, please don't be shy to talk to me at least. Let's hear your voice. We are here to learn together as well. So please, you can raise your hand or you can ask your question on the chat. I believe I've answered the questions on the chat. Mensa, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Mensa.
Please, I was asking that the fees, those of us who don't want the discounts, but we want to pay it in monthly basis. Is it allowed for monthly basis before the course will end? Or is there full payment that you have to pay the full payment before you start?
For which one? No, you don't have to. It's only one of these. It's only if you are taking if you are going with the 60% discount, that's the only one you need to pay once. But if you are going with the 40% discount or 50% discount, you can pay twice. But again, if you want me to expatiate further, or if there's anything you want to ask me behind the scene regarding this, you can message me on the WhatsApp number on your screen, and I'll see how I can be of help.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right, no worries. Any other question from anyone? Please, you can signify by raising your hand, or you can drop it on the chat. Again, as I said, the next cohort starts on the 27th of March, just before Easter. So why not use this as an as Easter present for yourself? And I promise you, it's a journey that you'll never regret. Right. So while you're still thinking whether to ask me a question or not, for those who are still online, if anyone is in Lagos, Nigeria, on the 6th of April, we are having a physical event, Tech Summit, happening in Lagos, Nigeria, on the 6th of April. There are so many benefits attached to registering or to attending this event, which if you go on these websites, let me put it on the chat for anyone that wants to explore. You can go on these websites. I just sent it on the group chat now, and you can read more about the event. It's going to be a physical event. So if you are in Lagos or around Lagos, and you have any, it will be another opportunity for you to network with professionals as well. I'll be there live as well, so if you want to leverage on this opportunity as well, please, you can go on the website. I just sent the link on the chart. Read more about it, and you can register. For, we have 3 different categories. You can register for anyone you want to register for among the 3. But trust me, this is another one that you don't want to miss as well. And these are some of the keynote speaker, panelist speaker. But if you explore the website, you see more to read the benefit of each category or each registration. You see it there as well. All right, so that is that. Any question from anyone? Let's go back to product management. Any other question from anyone? Why is everyone so quiet? All right, if there is no question, then we might need to draw the curtain for tonight. Again, if you want to enroll, you have the 3 different categories that you can leverage on if you want to enroll. There's a saying, make A, when the sun still shines, you might never get another opportunity. So why not invest in yourself, and let's, try to rewrite the future together. If I can do it, you can do it as well. So we'll see you on the 27th.
Okay, Aki, there's a question. Let me just answer the person.
Oh,
Bumi, you said I said 4 in 1. Can I list them? So the first one is project management, the second one is product management, the third one is UI, UX, and Scrum planning, and the last one is launching your product. So that's pre-launch, post-launch, and everything in between. Okay?
all right. I hope she's still online though. Bumi still online? Oh yeah, she's online. All right. So yeah, you've read it. So it's a 4 in 1, project management, product management, UI UX, and Scrum. Right. So it's a combination you can never find anywhere else, and it helps you as well, because when you start applying for jobs, you are not restricting yourself to just one area. You can leverage on all, and which increases your chances as well. All right, from me to you, I want to say a big thank you for everyone who participated on this session tonight. Hopefully, I'm going to see some of you on the journey, and we can rewrite the history together, or the story together. And for those in Nigeria, please visit the website, Lagos, Nigeria, or surroundings. Visit the website I just posted on the link on the chat. Read about it and register if you want to leverage, especially if you want to transition. It will be a very nice opportunity for you to meet with different people already doing the job and all of that. So thanks everyone. Is that a question? Let me check. All right, the recorded session will be available on our YouTube channel, which is, you can go on YouTube and type Learn with Pride. You see us, you can follow us or click on the bell icon so that you know when we upload it. It should be ready by tomorrow evening. Or if you're on the WhatsApp group, we are going to post it on the WhatsApp group as well. So those 2 medium we are going to be using to distribute the recording. All right, the site can be reached, sir. Really? The site A18. You said the site can be reached. Let's check. Okay, so we'll try to send it via email as well, or you can just go on YouTube and follow us. Just type Learn with Pride on YouTube. That is the site now. What's it? It's still accessible. Let me open it from another tab. The site is working. This is the site. You said the site is not accessible. It's working. I just navigated there now. Who said that? A18, please try again. I just sent the link again. You can try again. The link, the site is working. All right, would love to have a replay of this in the WhatsApp group, please. Yeah, it will be by tomorrow. You're going to have it on the WhatsApp group. Kemi Sola, you're not on the WhatsApp group. I think the WhatsApp link has been sent earlier on. Let me check through the chat, and maybe I can resend the WhatsApp link. Or admin, if you're online, please kindly resend before we close for the day. Resend the WhatsApp link so that people who are not on it can join. Admin, if you're online, please resend the WhatsApp link. All right, so the WhatsApp link has been sent. That's to Kemi Sola. You can click on that to join the WhatsApp group. A18, I'm trying to see what you sent. Oh, really? I will look, but it's working from my side. All right. Please message me on the number A18. Message me on this number, and I'll try to see what's happening with that and sort that out. So message me on the WhatsApp number, this number, A18. Message me on this number. You can message me now on this number, and I'll try to sort that out or see what is happening to that. Actually, let me try on my mobile too now. 1 second, please. Let me try it. I don't know. It's going from my own side. I don't know. I don't know. Can someone else just try to confirm the Tech Pinnacle link that I sent earlier on to see whether you can access it? It's working on my mobile. It's working on my laptop. So I don't know what's happening. If we can just get one person to try to click on that link and see whether it works for them, so we know whether it's A18 that needs to fix something on the laptop or on the phone rather. Can someone just click on admin? Can you please click on the Tech Pinnacle link and let me know whether it's working for you or not? Yes, Niyi Bewaji, are you able to access this site? I could see you just sent it. Were you able to access it? Niyi Bewaji. Just type it. It's working. So A18, please check your network or your phone. The site is working. As you can see, 2 people has confirmed that. All right. So thank you everyone for your time. Hopefully I'm going to see some of you on the journey. I really appreciate everything. So from me to you, thank you so much. Do have a lovely night rest. Thank you and bye-bye.
Good night, everyone. Bye.
Good night. Thanks. Bye-bye.